First of all, it offends every known sensibility that is rational. That federal government can be so low in their estimation. Even when you know all this, must you make it public? Why not allow the law to take its course? I've always wanted a scenario whereby a government that claims to be tackling insecurity should not just be on the pages of newspaper or in the news media. It should be seen to be doing so. Tackle it headlong. Because naming this in the day you know more, you know all these people before. Why didn't you deploy the law to go after these people? As so as it will serve as a deterrent to others who might want to follow suit. To me, I believe that it's like a much ado about nothing. Because I want a situation whereby let it be seen that there is a concrete move towards that regard. In making sure that they either curtail or nip this hydra-headed monster in the bud. Okay, financier or the main culprits, they are all complicit in the act. Either they are financier or they are this thing. They remain a factor in the conservative factor. Conservative action of criminality. I want to believe that whatever has been done is still elementary to me. I would have expected the federal government to go enough higher. Even the names that we were expecting that should have been embedded in that list, they are not there. Where is the Toji Bello? Then the other guy, is it Kabiru Sowoto, they call him all these things. Where are all those names? Where is Sheyi Gumi? And we are all witnesses to the fact that some persons in government they have also been fingered as having a romance with all these terrorist gangs. At the time, we were also being inundated that some terrorists were also having meetings with some state governors. They go into state house and come out. And aside that, even some traditional rulers of some communities are being seen observing and whining and dining with all these terrorists. Then these are people that are supposed to be custodians of our collective heritage. And now they are now being fingered as having to wine and dine with all these terrorists. Where are all those names? Are they in the list being presented to us? But I want to believe that it amounts to a comedy to me. I believe that they know where the real pain is. And if those chief people that remain so sacred to government are not being taken in, then I believe that we are not really ready to really confront this other monster headlong.
Yes, if you are saying that indigenous people of Biafra are terrorists or sponsors, that is psychophancy, and that is to show you that there are certain people in Nigeria that are being sanctioned by the federal government. That list you are looking at is in the same list that Donald Trump talked about, that said that Boko Haram are in his government. Bola Tinubu knows what he's doing. Where is Sodibo's name there? What is Sowore's there? Who and who? What is Baji Akintoye's name there? Where is Bola Tinubu in that list? And that's the question. Those who came out and publicly criticized and said certain people who are in the government as this thing, but he chose otherwise because IPOB is a suitor for them for mouths. If you are talking about that, then there's no need of you coming to the eastern part of the country to contest election or to ask people for vote, because you are deliberately asking terrorists to vote for you. Don't come to the east. If you do not understand the meaning of indigenous people, so you can see it's a terror compromise list. Samuel is not a terrorist. IPOB is not a terrorist organization. Nnamdi Kanu is not a terrorist organization. It's not a terrorist. It is only in Nigeria. Outside the world, IPOB are being seen physically, and they are not harmful. They don't carry gun. Nigeria will pay a price for all these atrocities they are committing.
This is where federal government of Nigeria can go. Abandoning Kalu and Ekpa. What about those in the northerners When former president of Nigeria, Goodluck Jonathan, said that the Boko Haram in my cabinet, have federal government of Nigeria do something for how many years before Ahmed Tinubu comes in? So let them flush those ones in the Abuja Act. They know them. They know them. Federal government know them. And Boko Haram know them also. Let me say, federal government are Boko Haram. Boko Haram are federal government. They know themselves. So, mention of Ekpa, Nankalu, they are doing a very great mistake. They know what is pushing them. They know where the problem is and where they cannot go and lay it out. Look, federal government of Nigeria have already named themselves. They use a very big name to name themselves on this. How? They capture Boko Haram, they put them into Nigeria force. Now today, they have already circulated. They are in army, they are in police, they are in the air force. What type of the apartment where these people are not? They're inside, working for federal government. And federal government come today, say, I don't know them. If they are made to know them, say, them are know them. Say, them are know them. I'm not to know them. But Ahmed Tinubu is afraid to mention that name. So when Ahmed Tinubu is not afraid, it's Ekpa and Kalu. That is where he has the muscle power. But he doesn't have a muscle power to mention the Northerners. No.